There seems to be a lot of people afraid of ascending their world level. Don't be. There's nothing to be afraid of, and you should ascend as soon as you hit the requirements. You get better rewards overall, meaning that you get more value out of your resin because it's used for essentially everything, meaning you progress faster. Yes, it does make the world harder, but not by much. Basically, if you're having an easy time in your current world level, it'll feel almost exactly the same in the next world level. Normally, what I notice is that they'll hit a little harder, but that's about it. Even as a free-to-play player, if you gear well, there should never really be a time where you can't ascend straight away. Like I mentioned before, if you're having an easy time at your current world level, then you should be fine at the next world level. Here you can see that I'm AR 54, my world level is 7. My max character level is only level 80, which I ascended since world level 5, and I'm handling world level 7 without much problem. To draw an obvious example as to why it's good to ascend world level, we have a look here and we see that Mora ley lines at world level 1 only give 20k Mora per 20 resin, whereas at world level 6 it gives 60k per 20 resin. So let's say you needed 120k. At world level 1, that would require 120 resin, whereas at world level 6, that only requires 40 resin, meaning you get an extra 80 resin to use elsewhere. So, ascending world level gives you more resin usage. By the way, from world level 6 to world level 8, which is the current max world level, they all give 60k Mora. So feel free to spam Mora ley lines from world level 6 without worrying about efficiency. So the pros of ascending your world level include getting better rewards from the weekly bosses, although I think it's only Andreas because he's the only open world weekly boss, whereas the other two, Valen and Child, are inside dungeons, and so this is just the higher level your adventure rank is, then the better rewards are. As we can see here with Andreas, at world level 1 you can only get these, world level 2 you can get these, world level 4 you can get these, and then world level 6 you can get these. And yes, I know that they don't drop very often, but it's still a chance of getting it. Same thing with elemental bosses. We can see that at world level 0 you get this, world level 2 this, world level 4 you can get this, world level 6 you can get this. Another thing to note is that the open world enemies, so the regular mobs, also increase their drops, which means that it'll be less farming for you so that you can level up your weapons or the characters as well. And lastly, as we used in the example before, you get better ley lines. You get increased Mora and you also get more experience scrolls as you increase your world level. Something else worth noting is that when you reach world level 7, the weekly bosses give 2 materials instead of 1 for your talent upgrades, and then at world level 8, the bosses, weekly and I think the weekly and the elemental bosses give guaranteed 5-star artifacts. So the only con that I can think of when it comes to ascending world level is that your friends can't join your world if you have those. But you could just join theirs. And then when it comes to dungeons, you could just easily pick the lower level dungeons if you're having difficulty with the higher ones. Or you could just ask for assistance from random people through co-op or your friends, if you have those. Now, I know that there are players who are very casual and are having trouble when the world ascends. I understand that everybody wants to play at their own pace. For you guys, you're just gonna have to find 4 characters to really funnel your resources into, and then within those 4 characters, pick one character, which is your main DPS, or your carry, whatever you want to call it, to give like 70% of the resources, and the remaining 3 only receive 30%, for example. And then if you're having trouble with picking what 4 characters to use, then I'll refer you to a guide I made on team building on the top right of the screen. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just ascend. You got this. I believe in you. And now let's look for the cloud of the day. Okay, instantly, there we go. These are the clouds of the day, and as always, they are ephemeral, ethereal, momentary. It is all about being in the present. And yeah, alright, I'll see you in the next video.